morning. Happy new month. Happy new week. It is Monday, the 3rd of March. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And currently you have just me at the moment. And Brent is, of course, here. Good morning, Brent.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How was your weekend?
How's my weekend? My weekend was good. I did the best spin performance I'd ever done. So that was good. Like, I'm really getting into spin. And I like when I'm into things I've always said. You know when they say never say never?
Yeah.
I'm such a queen of saying never. And then when people tell me never say never, I double down on never. Certain things never, for sure.
Oh, so you are never spin.
I'm a neverer. But here I am, spinning every weekend. It's my routine on Saturdays now.
Why was spin never for you?
Because the seats hurt. Sorry, my bum is too big for that. Like, my bum is too bummy for that. And then there was the argument about, yeah, but you should be standing, but excuse me.
Oh, okay.
There's certain things, there's certain tracks I need to sit down for. And I just find it just hurts my legs. But then I love a leg day. I like doing weights to my legs, and my legs are strong, to be fair. So I'm like, I just didn't think it was the most comfortable thing. I remember I tried it when I've been going to the gym since I was in sixth form. Was it GCSEs actually? Yeah, I think 16. So yeah, tried it then. I left the class, man. I walked out of the class. I said, my mum and my sister-in-law, they love it. So they were like, oh, come and try it with us. I said, I'm going to meet y'all in the sauna, child. I'm not doing this. So I think I've just really been off it for how many years now? I guess 13. And I tried it a couple of times in my old gym, like 2-3 times. But I just couldn't get into it. But now I can. But I think I like it because it's like a pace that I can. It's just good. It works for me, and I like it. I'm really enjoying it. And I've got the seats, the extra padded seats that I put on the bike seats, so I'm comfortable and challenging myself.
Wonderful.
How are you? How was your weekend?
I can't tell all of it on air.
Of course not. But one word.
It was exhausting.
Well, that would do it.
Yeah, it was
tiring.
Absolutely wrecked.
That's crazy.
Couple days. Sunday made up for it.
Good.
Sunday made up for it though.
That's good.
Yeah, I'll let you in with that 411 like afterwards. But
wonderful.
Shout out to the handsome eligible bachelor. Well, he may be.
Who's that?
Yeah, he may be coupled up. I don't know about that. But
boot up.
Shout out to you for stopping in Shoreditch when it is that you walked by and heard my voice.
Your voice is so recognizable.
I was talking to BJ.
Do you know what's so funny though? But people have to because a lot of people still don't know what you look like.
Yeah.
They just have to follow the voice and then see whose mouth is coming up from.
It's so strange because that's exactly what happened, right? I was standing talking to BJ, and this young man, I only noticed that he had walked past me because he stopped and turned around just a few feet from walking away from me. And he stood there for a few minutes, politely, you know?
Yeah. Aww.
Because obviously I was talking to somebody, innit?
Oh, I like people like that. Manners.
And he waited until he couldn't wait anymore because he obviously had
things to go. Okay, I gotta go.
He had things to do. And he said, hello, excuse me. I love when people, introduce themselves or interrupt the conversation with, etiquette, polite.
Absolutely.
Etiquette. And he was like, is your name Brent? And I started laughing. I said, did you hear my voice? He said, yes. He said, yes. And he was very, very brief, but everything he said in those brief moments were basically honoring me.
Oh, that's so lovely.
And it was such a warm exchange. And yeah, I felt seen.
Oh, Brent. That's so lovely.
I felt seen.
That's very wholesome.
I didn't feel naked.
That's really nice. Yeah, that's really awesome.
Yeah, it really
was. That's a lovely interaction, actually.
Yeah, he didn't.
Short, brief, to the point.
he didn't
and
stop
wholesome.
to basically look to steal any time or whatnot.
Yeah.
You know how it is that you pay a compliment and
Yeah.
keep it moving?
Yeah.
That's
What he did.
That's what he did.
That's very kind. Big up you, babes.
Yeah, man.
That's very nice. That is very, very nice.
Yeah. And I will take heed of every single last word you said. I have been put on this earth to complete something. I am going to complete it.
This part what he
my
told
duty.
you? Wow, that's a lovely
No, he
interaction.
didn't say I was put on earth to, but he basically said, like, I've served this particular community
Yeah.
for a while.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Yeah. So, brother, I am going to complete the mission
I'ma do
been put
that.
on this earth to do. But thank you very much, and I appreciate you greatly. All right,
That's
who
very
have we
nice.
got in? Who we got in the chat
have you
today?
got in the
What's
chat?
the roll call? Energy, 9 Ether. I am trained. Emmy Snow
It's
Globe,
Monday,
Pex, Natty, Easy Bambino, Adivina, ELC, NU, Chijoke.
Is that part of the name?
I don't. It's a long thing.
Oh, fair.
It's a long
Maybe
thing.
like that.
Chijoke, J. Just Gina's messaging me at this point in time, and I'm supposed to just respond. I'll wait until I finish the roll call, Gina. J, TD, Jan, TT, Jahanis, Williams, Mr. Ashlos, JW, DCF Mux, Marlene, Sarah, Noreen, Crud Crow, Napt, Antonia Hansen, Oyen B, Star Crow Palwal, and Dr. Amani. Shout out to you all. Dr. Amani. It was BJ, your friend BJ.
That what?
They know each other.
Oh, the guy that you saw on Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Anyway, let's start the headlines.
Yes, please.
Let's start the headlines. Brent, the name is backwards. It says the man from Uncle. Oh, thank you very much. I didn't even stop to check that. That's cool. The man from Uncle. Thank you. Love that. Love the name. Anyway.
What is happening in the world? Let's tell ya. All right. First headline.
Sorry, Esther.
It's okay.
No, Dr. Man, I didn't meet with him. He was walking by someplace and
Followed
he saw
Brent's
me.
voice.
He saw
You
me.
saw, you see, you
and
heard
then,
him.
and I'm like, hey, BJ. He's like, oi. And then things like happened afterwards.
Is it just a story you just said?
No.
No, but I mean, like,
It's
you
part
have
of the story.
very quickly repurposed the story that you just. Is it the person you met on Saturday that gave you wholesome compliments?
BJ?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, what?
I know BJ. I don't know that.
Oh, okay, because I was thinking, how could you quickly? I was impressed.
Because BJ was there.
No, but I was.
Don't do this.
No,
Because
wait.
I'm gonna tell you something afterwards, right? And what
Wait.
you're doing right now is feeding into it.
I haven't done anything.
Go on, keep going. I'll let you finish. Go.
I haven't done anything. First of all,
Go.
I thought BJ was the guy that you had met that followed your voice.
Okay,
So I was impressed by how quickly you came up with a new story.
that's it. That's the point I want to talk to you about. Anywho,
Anyways,
yeah, I've known BJ for I think 2 years now.
Nice.
It's Daniel's friend, isn't it?
oh,
Yeah.
I think I know him. I think I've met
You
him.
met him.
Yeah, I think I have.
He was
Yeah.
with his business partner. But anyway,
Cool, wonderful. All right, Keir Starmer. So UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has announced a 4-point plan to work with Ukraine. I'm sorry, yeah. I'm sorry. You know, this is a lot of money going to Ukraine.
yeah, it's a whole war that's going on in it.
I hear it. But I was reminded, not that I ever forgot, but I put that at the back of my heart. But I was re-reminded of how the Ukrainians were kicking the blacks
All right, okay, yeah.
off the bus and stuff when it was time to
Yeah.
leave. But
Anywhere in Eastern
It's-
Europe.
I think anywhere in the world except black African countries, actually, is what happens. That's what happens to black people. But anyway, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has announced a 4-point plan to work with Ukraine to end the war and defend the and defend the country from Russia. The UK, France, and other countries will step up their effort, in a coalition of the willing and seek to involve the US in their support for Ukraine, he said. We are at a crossroads in history today, Starmer said after a summit of 18 leaders, mostly from Europe and including Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, who said Ukraine felt strong support and the summit showed European unity at an extremely high level not seen for a long time. It comes 2 days after a fiery exchange between the Ukrainian leader and US President Donald Trump in the White House. We are all working together in Europe in Europe in order to find a basis for cooperation with America for true peace and guaranteed security, Zelensky said after the summit. Speaking at a news conference shortly after the meeting of leaders, Starmer said 4 points had been agreed. One, to keep military aid flowing into Ukraine and to keep increasing the economic pressure on Russia. 2, that any lasting peace must ensure Ukraine's sovereignty and security, and Ukraine must be present at any peace talks. 3, in the event of a peace deal, to boost Ukraine's defensive capabilities to deter any future invasion. And lastly, to develop a coalition of the willing to defend a deal in Ukraine and to guarantee peace afterwards. Sir Keir Starmer also announced an additional £1.6 billion of UK export finance to buy more than 5,000 air defence missiles. This comes on top of a £2.2 billion loan to provide more military aid to Ukraine, backed by profits from frozen Russian assets. They got money, y'all. Second headline, the Prime Minister has dismissed calls from the SNP to scrap an unprecedented second state visit for Donald Trump following a showdown with Ukraine's President Zelensky.
You see it?
I didn't. My mum was asking, my mum's a joker. Do you know what my mum is? She's a clown. Do you know she's a clown? 2 days ago, before they had this interview, we were talking about something to do with Trump.
Yeah.
I told her Trump is a punk.
Yeah.
And I don't care if anything to do with Trump, blah, blah, blah. She, for some whatever reason, supports Trump. For whatever. My mum's a Trump supporter.
She hasn't told you why?
I don't listen. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. Because I know it's something to do with Christianity, and I'm just like, girl, stop. Like, don't care. You don't care about black people. I don't care. Cool. So she does whatever she... Yesterday now, I'm sorting out my hair, where else. I come in the living room. She's like, did you see what the interview... I said, no, of course I did. I said, I don't care for anything to do with Trump. I said, he's a mug, and I don't care for anything that... I'm never going to spend my time... I'm not spending any of my time about Trump.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed. I don't even like the guy anymore. I said, what?
Oh.
She's telling me about the exchange. She's like, oh,
okay.
She's like, he's just a piece of this. It's like... I said, so this... I didn't even know what the exchange was.
Yeah.
I just said, oh, so this was the final straw for you.
Interesting.
This is why I said, so everything I've been saying, now you get it.
Yeah.
I said, what did you expect though? So now everything I've been saying about Trump, she finally sees it.
Okay.
I think I don't even know. I don't know how much. I don't know. I'll be honest with you guys. I took enough on here that when I go home, I'm in silence. I want silence. So anyway.
Oh, it's good that she's now come to the light.
To the light, thank God.
Yeah.
I was so shy for her. But anyway, the Prime Minister has dismissed calls from SNP to scrap on an unprecedented second state visit for Donald Trump following a showdown with Ukraine's President Zelensky. Trump accused Zelensky of gambling with World War III at the White House on Friday in a fiery exchange described as deeply troubling by Scotland's First Minister. John Sweeney told the BBC he did not see how a state visit for the US president offered by the King on Thursday could go ahead unless he was absolutely full square with us in protecting Ukraine. However, Starmer, who hosted a summit of European leaders, including Zelensky earlier, accused the SNP of using rhetoric and said he would not be distracted. It followed a number of SNP MPs criticising the Prime Minister's relationship with Trump on social media, including the party's Westminster leader, Stephen Flynn, who said Starmer better get up off his knees and revoke that offer of a state visit. I find it funny when politicians cuss each other. Prior to Zelensky's warm welcome at Downing Street on Saturday, the SNP's Foreign Affairs spokesperson, Stephen Gethins, accused the Prime Minister of being silent on the matter, which he said was disappointing. After the White House exchange, Starmer called both Trump and Zelensky and later reiterated the UK's support for Ukraine, saying we stand with Ukraine for as long as it may take. So what did Trump say then? basically be friends with Russia?
What in the Sudan?
Mm.
There was a contentious back and forth. I've never really seen that before. I've never seen that before amongst political figures at all.
Yeah, well, you say political figures. We've got Trump, the
He-
celebrity.
yeah,
Not
yeah.
political figure.
He's the champion of firsts, isn't it? But J.D. Vance got involved. You had Marco Rubio there sitting down. He was shocked that everything was going on like
I'm
that.
actually watch it.
The proper went back and forth. Trump actually kind of touched him a few times, as into saying, "Nah, let me."
I'm talking.
Yeah, mental,
That's crazy.
absolutely mental.
But then, what was the meeting for though? Was it to discuss how they can move forward?
There was a deal that was supposed to be signed.
Yeah.
And they didn't get around to doing that. And then Trump started accusing him of not being interested in peace, and sending all of his
Crazy rhetoric.
countrymen to die, all these
Oh,
young
wow.
guys and whatnot. So
Yikes.
he ended up saying it was his fault, or what was his fault, and all sorts, mate. But anyway, obviously the NATO countries are not a fan of Putin. So
Yeah.
he's basically gone to bat for Putin, whilst the rest of the other countries, they're like, nah, sorry.
But I saw
Let's
recently
start
he
with
told Putin though, that he needs to fix up.
Trump?
I'm sure he did.
Trump is a...
Didn't he tell Putin something recently? We
They're in
reported
bed
on it.
together, man.
Anyway. Last headline for the segment. Hamas has rejected an Israeli request to extend the first phase of the Gaza ceasefire, a senior official has said. The militant group will only release the remaining Israeli hostages under the terms of the already agreed upon phase deal, Mahmoud Mardawi told Al Jazeera on Sunday. Under a plan put forward by US Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff, which Israel has accepted, the first phase of the ceasefire deal would continue through Ramadan and Passover, or until 20th of April. Prime Minister... Oh my gosh, is that when Ramadan ends? Not 2 months.
Wrong question.
This is fair. Sorry, Iman. Iman, you're in the chat. Can you let me know, please, when Ramadan ends? Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said earlier... You said wrong person. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said earlier Israel would stop all goods and supplies into Gaza after claiming Hamas was refusing to accept the Witkoff outline for continuing the talks, which Israel agreed to. Hamas condemned the decision to block aid to the enclave, I think, calling it a war crime and a blatant attack on a truce that took a year of negotiations before taking hold in January. The Foreign Ministry of Egypt, a key mediator in the conflict, said Israel's actions were an attempt to use starvation as a weapon and a flagrant and clear violation of humanitarian law. The first phase of the ceasefire, which expired on Saturday, saw a surge in humanitarian aid after months of growing hunger. Negotiations on the second phase were meant to start a month ago, but haven't begun. Israel warned of additional consequences if Hamas refused to agree to its proposal. Brent is out of the room, so I'm going to carry on reading the headlines. Trigger warning on the next one. TikTok is profiting... Trigger warning, sexual... just child sexual disgustingness. Apologies, I can't find the actual technical term. So TikTok is profiting from sexual... Oh, now you come in.
Tell people, give me a second.
So give Brent a second. What, me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 1 second, y'all.
Drama!
What the hell? Yes, girl! Girl! Congratulations!
She got that. It's not just yet. Yo, a madness is happening right now. An absolute madness. I'm sure there'll be context given in a couple minutes. We apologize. China.
Sorry, y'all, but it's important things happening outside.
Big Gene. Big Gene.
Yeah, because you can literally see you got so much space. Congratulations, baby. This is wonderful.
I've been wanting to tell y'all for ages.
What a blessed day!
I was like, let me know. Let me come
No,
in.
I like seeing it. I like
on a
seeing
Monday.
it. I like seeing it live.
Let me come in on a Monday and just
To surprise y'all. Surprise! That is wonderful.
no, but I'm sweating.
Because you know what? It's stuff like that. You just got to do it.
Yeah, no. Now
'Cause,
I've
do you
done
know
it.
what I
I
mean?
know that I can.
Exactly.
Yeah. I've had so much anxiety. I was like, do you know how early I even woke up? I woke up so early, so I'm even annoyed that I got here late. I woke up so early because I was
Just to
like,
make sure.
if I get here before like the school people,
Oh,
then I won't
yeah.
have that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I planned everything, and then I got on the road, and it was
sorry.
like, yeah,
Okay.
no.
But it's good though. I'm glad you came at this time when the school people are around.
So I've
so
dealt
that
with it,
you've done
yeah.
it now. So
I
it's
have.
calm.
Hi everyone, sorry for the disruption.
Apologies.
Sorry.
We had to interrupt the broadcast for important things. All right. Who was that? Oh, I was trigger warning y'all. My bad, y'all. Trigger warning. Actually, do you know what's fine? We'll do the next headlines. 'Cause I thought you were
You're fully going all in, boy.
They shooting.
Oh, made you look.
Listen,
You gotta give them some context, baby girl.
Big Gina, not the
no,
little
no,
one.
no.
Big Gina, not the little one. Don't play with her. Don't play with her. Okay. Loud it, Brent. Reload it.
No, you like making me so shy.
Reload it. Listen. Wonderful scenes.
No, Brent, you're annoying.
No. One more time. One for the road. Oh,
You ain't.
That's made my morning, you know. I'm so happy.
New Nissan Emira. I'm so done.
You ain't missing her now.
the
No, you're
green.
not. The green.
The green. Oh, it's perfect.
The green.
It's perfect.
The type of green that can't camel. It
This
can't
is
camouflage.
it.
It can't
Listen.
camouflage.
Come on. I thought
Nah, you better take your time. That's what we're saying.
I thought long and hard. About this one.
What a blessing. Well done, babes.
Girl,
so
thank
proud of you.
Thank you. Because
So proud of you.
do you
Look
know
at
what
what God
makes me
did.
laugh? Yeah. You know my old little hoopty, yeah, my old
Little Betty.
my little go kart. Like even just looking at her bandages, I'm like,
Oh, like, we've been through it, girl.
like girl, we
We have been through it.
literally.
Nah.
But yeah, Guys, work hard, man.
Listen,
This is it.
Come on.
God
Do you know
rewards his
why?
children.
Because it's weird, because it's like I didn't want to really talk about it because I feel like talking about materialistic things is like, do you know what I mean? It's
No, but not when you're giving glory to God.
No, I know. Yeah. So like so I'm part of like a prayer group, yeah, and we pray every morning at 6 a.m. and it's like
nice.
today it was like, has anyone got any testimonies? And my friend was like,
Gina.
and I was like, it's not like it's not a testimony because it is, yeah. I was like, but I just always feel some type of way about talking about like materialistic things. But the reason why I guess for me it's a big moment, yeah, is because I don't really indulge how I would want to.
Yeah.
Even though I can, if I'm honest with you. It's not like I can't, but I guess my mindset has always been like, I have to feel like I deserve it. I have to really feel like I deserve it. And I do work hard. And I had my car for 8 years. Just for context, guys, I had a smart car, a manual, by the way.
You're not automatic now.
I was changing gears, girl.
Listen.
Do you know how many times I've even tried to like...
Yeah.
automatically
That's when I drive my mom's
gears?
automatic car. I'm always like, I love it.
I was a manual babe for 8 years.
Yeah.
I had that smart car for 8 years and I could have got rid of it a very long time ago, but I kept it because it kept me grounded. I just kept looking at it thinking, nah, like, you're not ready. And then last year, after my birthday, I was like, do you know what? It's about time, to be honest.
Love that.
And I really wanted a new car. And I got a Defender, if you're wondering what I got. And I love them.
It's really lovely.
And they're like, it's big dick energy, sorry. It's like, I said, I want something that when I'm on the road, it's like, yeah, she's
that girl.
She's here. Like,
I know it ain't.
She's arrived. So I ordered it and then I wanted a black one, but then I was like, because green is my favorite color.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I also do like black. But I was like,
But black is like...
black is nice, yeah. But I was like,
Black is
I
safe.
haven't seen them in green. The color green that I have is like...
It's like a khaki. It's
yeah,
lovely.
I've only seen it twice on the road.
Okay.
In that color. So I'm like, it's a bit rare. It's like,
Yeah. People gonna know it's you coming.
So anyway, it's been a secret. I mean, I ordered it in September, October. So I've known for ages that it was gonna take 6 months to come.
Yeah.
And then I was like, it came in Feb, and I was like, this is me being extra. I was like, but I want a 25 plate, sorry. So
No, because I'm sorry, if I waited all that time.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, that means you can't pick up until the 1st of March. So on the 1st of March,
look at
I
that.
was there. What do you mean? So, yeah, I finally got a new set of keys, man.
That's beautiful.
Thank God.
I'm so proud of you. Well done, girl. Because you work very, very hard. Like, you work very, very hard, and God rewards hard workers.
Thank you.
So, well done, girl.
Thanks.
May all your travels always be safe in your car.
Amen.
Amen.
You think
sister.
I didn't anoint that car?
You have to. You have to
I
anoint it. You
anointed-
have to
I made
anoint it.
sure, boy.
Get your mama to pray too.
Literally.
Yeah. Well
But
done,
yeah,
girl.
thank
I'm
you.
proud of you.
Thanks.
This is lovely.
What a fantastic
What?
start to the
Listen.
week.
You guys, I don't know if you heard my screams.
They did.
They did.
They did.
I love it. All right, let's get into our what you saying topic of the day.
Beautiful.
I knew you
Listen,
were going
man,
to moan about
Don't
that.
chat tell her that's
That's
big
so
Ginny 22.
annoying.
Hey, buddy.
At the spoil it.
Hey, buddy.
99% clear.
Can you
And
imagine?
then
the
there's
1%.
oud. He doesn't like
Yeah,
oud.
Because you don't-
No, because oud smells like money. How do you not like oud?
I don't know, man.
I don't get it.
Nah, man. It's like
So there's no ouds that you like whatsoever?
so you can't just say oud and think that all ouds smell the same.
No, but I feel
But
like
there's the signature.
I feel like they have a signature smell.
Yeah, sickness.
Okay.
Wow,
Sorry, we're not
okay.
doing this with you.
It evokes sickness. in
You're
me.
going to offend people.
Come
You know
on.
you're tired already, so you wouldn't even know what comes out your mouth when it comes out.
Vomit.
Okay.
Vomit.
Oh, but can I just quickly, sorry, before you
Go on,
interject,
babe.
it, my biggest struggle, is parking. Guys, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because now
the
you need two
size
spaces.
the size of
Yeah.
a smart car, compared to what I'm dealing with,
Yeah.
I don't think you understand. Like I said, when I picked up on Saturday, I've had anxiety about this moment.
Really?
Because of the road, the
Yeah.
parking situation.
That's true.
Like, me going to the gym, I have anxiety about that. Like, I have anxiety about parking. That's
Oh, that's a nice car to go to the gym with, you know. Go there, lift heavy weights. That's
but
great.
do you know what's jokes? My gym is like, it's in Essex, innit? So there's loads of nice cars in my
Oh,
gym.
yeah,
And there's a guy
yeah.
who's got one. So when he got his, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting one soon.
Aw. Twins.
Literally.
When that's thing with big, like especially when you've been driving a small, because my car is as small as yours. I get in anywhere.
Esther.
Anywhere there's a space. Oh, don't worry, I'm getting in.
And you know what I realised, I used to, So I like laugh. So when I get in my friend's car sometimes, I'm like, oh my gosh, you probably drive like a mum. Yeah. And I get why now. Because my car's small, I've always just kind of like zoomed in and out, cut through people. I drive like a madman. That's why I call it a go-kart. I'm not doing that with this one.
You can't.
I'm driving really... When I say slow, you're probably going to beep me from behind and be like, can you hurry up? But I feel
like once you find your feet with it,
I'm just right now...
Yeah, but that's big cars. It's the parking space.
Oof. But yeah, sorry, enough about the car. I'm going to stop.
Praise to God about it though. God saves in parking spaces.
No,
I'm never joking.
Honestly.
When I'm going to my, I'll be like, Lord, I need to park. And I get there and it's just right there for me.
Question.
Here we go.
So you said pray for the parking space.
Yeah.
And obviously God answers your prayers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Suppose I'm praying for the same parking space. What happens?
God will create one for you.
No, it is.
But you don't. But she hasn't asked for specific.
I mean,
let me make it easier.
I didn't say God. I didn't say God plot A park space, and you say plot A as well.
Let me make this easier.
Go on.
There's a football match.
Yeah.
Against Ghana and Nigeria, right?
Yeah.
2 prayer nations.
I said Gina's praying. The 2 praying nations, and I'm praying. The Lord's will be done in it. Because that's the thing about faith. And stop laughing. That's the thing about faith is that even if I don't get what it is I've prayed to God about, that doesn't mean that God doesn't love me or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like it's not an indictment on God's love for me.
100%.
It just means God didn't want me to have this one, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So perhaps the Ghanaians needed this scores more than I did. Maybe they didn't even. God just wanted to favor them that day.
Okay.
But
in that
that's
sense,
if God is involved in football. There's also that
sense,
conversation.
In that sense, the losing team, even though they prayed, should they be told that prayers don't work?
To be fair though, with Nigerian matches though, I don't pray to God about that because whilst I could be praying to the Almighty God, there's someone in the audience who's got a hen and is like doing other sacrificial things. And you know what God says? He's not going to share his glory. My God says he's not going to share his glory. So with that, I just, let the chips fall where they will. Do you know what I mean?
All right.
But I am practicing that, actually. That's one of the things I'm actively practicing at the moment is literally praying about every single thing and committing every single thing, the big things, the little things, to God's hands. Even prayed about a hair appointment. Guess what? My hairdresser is going on holiday the morning after she did my hair. She said, I'll squeeze you in.
Love that feeling.
God did. Pray to God about it. Have you pressed the thing?
Yeah.
All right, so we've got a video to play. It's very sad, actually. It's about Angie Stone, who sadly passed away on... What is it today? Monday. Was it Saturday she passed away? I think it was Saturday night she passed away.
That was sad.
Very horrible. And apparently she was coming back from a concert that she'd had. So it was weird because people then who were at the concert woke up to news that she's dead and they're like, what do you mean? That's crazy. So yeah, she sadly passed away on her way from a concert she'd had, and on her way she was meant to perform the next day as well on a Sunday. And unfortunately she got into a fatal car accident that involved an 18-wheeler truck. So horrible, so horrible. But as people do, there are conspiracies because a few months ago, she basically came out and said how, imagine being Angie Stone, right? And you don't get no royalty payments or anything like that. Do you know how mad that is? Because apparently, allegedly, Universal Music had not been paying her royalties or some other things that she should have been paying, whatever. And she was actually she could have retired by now. And I think that's the sad thing about the video because she's still working, and in the video she says that I could have been retired by now if I had all that money because I would be fine. Do you get what I mean? And then she obviously passed away from work on her way back to work. But anyway, there's a video that Brent is to play, please, and then we can talk about the topic today is about conspiracies and all that stuff. Before you play, do you think that stuff like that is distasteful?
Well, conspiracy, like when someone dies.
When someone dies. Because like kids and the stuff that like they're all old enough to be on socials and stuff and see these things. I don't think, say for example, that was my mom, I don't think I'd want to be seeing stuff. I would find it distasteful. Because it doesn't change the situation that she's gone now. And it's not even something that we can prove. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
It's a hypothetical, isn't it?
It's a hypothetical, and I think, and it feels as if like you guys, like it's exciting to you guys to indulge in these things for gist when I'm actually grieving loss and my life has changed now. Because she's got kids, she's got children, and she's got grandchildren. It's horrible, man. Anyway,
that's
Go.
not Angie Stone, is it?
I promise you it is.
Oh.
Why are you saying it's not Angie Stone?
No, 'cause
So it don't look like her.
it doesn't look like her. So
Because
it looks like the conspirator.
Conspirator.
But yeah.
All right,
That's her.
let's
This
see.
is the video she put up.
My publishing, a lot of my royalties, my mechanicals, they have all pretty much been stolen. After 40-something years in the business, I'm like, where are my royalties going? Because I'm not getting this. Come to find out, Universal Music has been receiving all my royalties, all my mechanicals. They've taken pretty much everything. They've stolen, I won't say stolen, but they have taken all the monies that were due to me. They have basically absorbed in that company. Even though there's several class action lawsuits, people that were working on my behalf never even registered the songs. All the songs that I've done, I'm only coming to find out they were not properly registered by the companies that I signed over to, people that were supposed to do their due diligence. So I am truly a walking testimony that God has carried me all this time, because if you only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me, monies that I'm supposed to be, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made. Imagine. So I'm just here to let you know, one way or the other, Universal Music, you're going to have to give up my coins. And so what I'm doing now is whatever is necessary to make sure they pay me for the legacy of my life, for my children and my grandchildren. They're going to have to give me my money. A lot of...
She's 63, you know. She could have retired at 43.
So basically, what's the conspiracy theory? That
the conspiracy is
they
that,
killed her because
yeah,
she did this video?
Allegedly. It's like, you know, like how...
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Wow. You know, like just the conspiracy that's always about around people's death. Tupac, Left Eye, Angie Stone now, Biggie, Michael Jackson. Who would have killed Prince? Sorry, Prince is on the list here.
Yeah.
Why would they kill Prince?
Ask Emmanuel.
Too much NARS concealer. It's okay.
You're rude.
No, because who's trying to kill Prince?
You rule for that.
Prince died of natural causes in his lift. Anyway, whatever.
Did he really? How did he die?
I think he died in the lift. I think he had a heart attack or something like that. Or I think he passed out or something like that.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, man.
Well, we'll get you. Yeah, so yeah, I don't... Personally, I don't think that conspiracy applies in this sense. But then one thing I have learned, though, is that, and to be honest, well, the more I read the Bible, the heart of man is desperately wicked. So I think I'm in a place now where, yeah, I don't think it doesn't sound right to me. However, though, I can't just dismiss it. Because for sis to say that the amount of money she's owed, she could have retired 20 years ago. 20 years ago, she was 43 years old. And she was working at 63. Do you get what I'm trying to say? What's a big boy money? And also, I feel like stuff like that, I always think that maybe it would have exposed like of even more things and unraveled more things and more. I don't know, man. Brent, what's your thoughts?
I don't know much about Angie Stone's death.
Car crash. Everyone. Oh yeah, I think what's being reported is that everyone else survived except her. But how do you make that happen in a car crash though?
Isn't that just?
It's just
God. No offense, but
no, because like her time. Like respectfully, because I don't know how. Like conspiracy theory wise, how do you have a car crash where everybody else?
That only works if she got shot prior or something.
Exactly.
Do you get what I mean? But if, yeah.
It was just a car crash where the car unfortunately flipped a few times and stuff. Them lorry drivers drive so reckless. Like, it's mad. When I see them on the motorway or dual carriageway, like they really, really annoy me because they drive like they're driving smart cars. So reckless the way they drive. So anyway, that's apparently what happened, Brent.
Okay. You'd asked about Prince, right?
Yeah, so
apparently, some fans speculate that Prince's death was orchestrated due to his outspoken views on certain topics, including industry practices and societal issues. These theories lack credible evidence, are largely based on conjecture.
Okay.
Estate Music writes, another theory suggests that parties interested in controlling Prince's extensive music catalogue and unreleased works had a motive in his untimely death. However, investigations have not substantiated these claims. So I don't know much about Prince's death either.
Neither do I.
Um,
Michael Jackson was a conspiracy.
yeah, there are conspiracies attached to that too.
Yeah, but how are you about to do 150 shows? So that was greed. Greed is what killed that man. Because you're not how you used to be back in the day.
I'm not gonna lie though.
silly.
I'm so rattled. Like I actually genuinely wish he made it.
Yeah.
Because it would have been like, because MJ for me was like way before my time. Obviously, I knew he was and stuff, but like I was a child, didn't you get what I mean? So like, it would have been so sick, especially with like social media and stuff. Like I definitely didn't get a ticket to the concert, so I won't go in.
Do you know who always, when I think of the concert, Audrey? Audrey always proudly tells she loved Michael Jackson down.
So does Yusuf.
But like she proudly tells the story that she camped to get the tickets. And she did.
And she got
and then she said, it was so funny. She said how when he died, she tried to say she was going to keep tickets. Her mom was like, if you don't return that, I'll get my money back.
I remember, but he died in 2009, innit? Because I remember I was at work in Dorothy Perkins. I literally remember, and there was one girl I used to work with who was obsessed with Michael Jackson. She was crying. But,
would I cry? Which celebrity would you cry for if they died? 50 Cent?
I don't know if I'd cry, but I'd be sad. Do you know, I cried? Do you know what? I didn't... You know what? Whose death really touched me? Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, that was sad.
Like it really, like
that was
it
horrible.
tugged on my heartstrings.
Yeah,
like,
that was.
I found it so.
I found that very heartbreaking.
Like,
I found that very heartbreaking. I think Kobe's one as well. I found that very heartbreaking as well.
Oh, that was sad as well.
Like when there's children involved, and I'm just like, oh,
yeah, that
like,
one was,
that's just so horrible.
But you said 50 Cent, like I do love that man, but I don't know if I love him to tears. I don't know.
I think I remember where I was when Michael Jackson died. I think I was getting ready for school. I was, and my mum was like, she was like, yeah, Michael Jackson died.
Do you know whose death I remember like yesterday?
Who?
Aaliyah's.
Yes, I remember Aaliyah.
Because
died.
I was so obsessed with her.
I was so obsessed with Aaliyah. I was like,
I wanted to be her so bad.
What year did Aaliyah die again? Let me check.
I was in prime. I was young. I think I was in
Aaliyah died in 2001.
Yeah.
So I was 6. I remember that so... And she died in summer. I remember that so...
You were 6?
Well, I was 6.
She died so I was like
August.
15.
So I just turned 6.
Wait. How?
2001.
How were you? And how were you? How old were you?
6.
Oh, yeah, duh. Yeah. No, duh. It makes sense.
Because I loved Aaliyah. I used to watch Aaliyah all the time and like do the
I was
dances
like in year 8.
and like...
I remember, and I was so obsessed with her. I think I cried. I must have cried because I was obsessed with her.
Yeah, I can't remember. I probably did because I remember I loved Aaliyah down as a kid.
I wanted to be her so bad.
Same.
And
so I feel like I would remember that.
And wear crop tops, but
yeah, at that time I top up and whatnot.
As Brent would like to call it, I was fluffy. So it was very far fetched that I was gonna be showing off my midriff.
That didn't stop Lizzo.
Not midriff.
No, literally.
My midriff's so funny.
No, midriff.
Lizzo's lost a lot of weight now, innit?
Yeah, she has.
Who?
Lizzo.
She has, and now basically they're saying she's fat phobic for losing weight. Yeah.
Who her community? Who her community?
Yes. I'm sorry. I would never understand
No, but
that.
Esther, this is why you can't win. Let me be honest with you. Do you know what I think it is? Yeah, I think, and this is gonna be a bit controversial coming from me, but I feel like sometimes, I've got no issues with the body positivity movement, yeah. But I think for some people they love it because it's an excuse to be lazy.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like some people.
What do you mean?
So.
What do you mean?
You want me to expand?
He's a mug.
You know what I mean? As in, like, if I'm a person, who's quote unquote fluffy, as Brent likes to call it, and I'm not in, like, I don't want to put in the work to better my health, and there's someone who is influential who is in a similar position who's pushing that, being big is beautiful, then it's like, yes, I don't have to conform to society's norms and actually work on my health. Because the crazy thing is it's whilst I understand it's conforming to society's norms, it's still good for you, babe.
It's good for your heart, babe.
It's generally good for you. It's do you know what I mean? So because you don't want to put in, and I'm talking about those that don't want to put in the hard work because of sheer laziness, you love the fact that there's someone there that is basically excusing your laziness.
Exactly.
So now it's like, wait a minute, now you've transitioned, you're basically saying that we're no longer good enough. But it's not about that. It's about
not saying that.
It's about putting in the work. I don't understand like why it's such a big deal to want to like better your health.
I agree with you because I feel like it's I always find that you can tell the people that are part of the movement because of just due to laziness and whatever other silly reason it is. Because the person that's losing weight has not said, like, they haven't preached. All they're doing is doing that, and then they're showing, like, taking pictures of themselves the same way they did when they were plus size or when they were bigger, and then that just makes you angry. Like, why are you so angry that she's losing weight? Yeah. All she's doing is taking selfies and in her bikinis and whatnot. But she did that even when she was bigger. And when she was bigger, users were under the comments saying, "Oh my yes, queen." Now she's doing the same thing, and now it's like that. It just triggers you.
Do you know the people that I question? Yeah, you know, like when it's like, oh, but my doctor said I'm healthy, like I'm fine, I don't have any chronic illnesses. My answer is yet. Like my response is yet.
Yet.
Like yet.
Yeah.
Just because it's not there now doesn't mean it's not going to come, because there's no way that you like the human body wasn't meant to carry that much, because if it was, that's why when you hit a certain like weight and stuff, like all these other sicknesses and illnesses come. Do you get what I mean? Like we're not built for that. And like even in terms of like your breathing, like how you move, whatever. I'm just gonna quickly plug and big up my sister, yeah, because my sister's lost like 40 pounds. Like Georgia has done so well, yeah. I showed Brent her video. Esther, let me show you her transformation video.
So very
Let me show you Georgia's transformation video, yeah. Because, and what I love is we proper laugh about it, yeah. Like we proper laugh at like her, like it's crazy. Yeah. And when she was talking about it yesterday, she was just like, I can't believe I was in so much denial. She said it. She was like, how did you not let me walk around like that? She said, how did I walk around like that?
But you know what it is? I feel like it's like it's a hard truth you have to face kind of thing. And I think also sometimes it's people's approach, do you know what I mean, to talking about these things. Because if you're telling somebody, it's always about the way you tell people things. So if you're telling somebody like, oh, you should lose weight, blah, 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 but you're not saying it with care and like with sensitivity and stuff, naturally they're going to have their backup and be like, no, I'm fine, I'm comfortable where I am, blah, 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I always say that you can't want something for people more than they secretly want it for themselves.
And that's the thing with me and my sister, because Lord knows we have battled. Like my whole family has, and my mum's always like, oh, your sister's a trainer. You're embarrassing her. And I've always said, sis, it's got nothing to do with me.
Oh no,
like,
girl.
In her own time, she'll get there.
Yeah.
And like, for me, waking up in the morning and hearing my sister go to the gym, like no one understands what that does for me, like for my spirit. It brings such a, do you know, I get so gassed, but I don't want to gas her.
Sorry?
Bro, have you seen the transformation? It's insane. Literally.
Nah,
she's not done. Like, she don't wanna like talk about it, because she's like, I haven't hit my weight goal yet. She's still got a lot more weight to lose. And like, she'll be like, even her breathing, she's like,
no, that's lit.
She's like, I can't, like, I remember how hard it was for me to breathe back then, like how I used to struggle to do certain things, like walking up the stairs. Like, she speaks about
so
them.
Good.
So as much as like,
you will have good shape in your body, you know, in your family.
The way she snapped in it,
Make up your mum.
I'm like,
great genes.
She's like, as much as we like, it's not to say that like she wasn't unhealthy, but like the things that she's even speaking about is just her day to day, like getting out of the car, getting in the car, being more comfortable in her own skin, walking up the stairs. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, Georgia's a lot more social now anyway, and I know it's because she's feeling herself.
More confident.
Like, she's a lot more confident. Whereas before, asking Georgia to go, she's not going anywhere. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? So like,
and that's why we say like, even like, because the way you approach conversation, people need to approach conversations about people's weights and stuff. You just have to be sensitivity, because they're constantly reminded in society that they don't fit society's what's the word I'm looking for? Standards. Do you get what I mean? Like, beauty standards is something that is just always in our faces. So that's why it's like you got to approach it with sensitivity and encourage people, because they are reminded that all the time, even without you having to bring it to them. They know. Do you mean they're aware? But big up your sister, man, because it takes discipline. It's discipline, and I think, and I always say to people that you don't have to start by going 6 times or 7 times a week. It's just start. Yeah. You might be able to do 3 days this week. Next week you might do 1 day. Then the week after that you might do 4 days. But just keep going. Big up her.
Yeah, no.
And big up Lizzo. I know you keep cooking her. She don't care. But I can't understand how it is fat phobic to lose fat.
Yeah, but Esther, there's a lot.
Anyway, me, I never understand.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I don't.
Because child, you're all tripping. Anyway, Tupac.
Yeah, Tupac Shakur.
Was it killed or not killed?
Do you believe it? Do you believe that that he was actually killed by like Biggie's people, or do you think he was killed by like the man?
I think it was allegedly Biggie's people.
Okay.
Or Diddy's people. I think it was by people. I don't think it was by the man. Because what was he doing against the man? Was he speaking out on things? I don't know, man.
No, but I guess here it says that he had like ongoing disputes over royalties and control of his music.
1996. That was one. Bro, it depends what month. That might have been 9 months. And his posthumous releases generated significant revenue for his label. So basically, it would have been the label then, not the man.
Yeah.
I don't think the American government cared about his royalties. So it would have been... And whose label was it signed to at the time?
Who was he with?
When
was
did he?
Was it Defro?
I think
Wasn't
it was,
he with Suge Knight?
Sugar's where Suge currently is.
Yeah.
Having the he deserves. So there is that. With Biggie as well.
So again, royalties.
That was royalties, and I think Biggie was taken by the man allegedly by the man who's currently in jail awaiting trials.
You think Biggie was killed by Diddy?
Allegedly.
Really?
I think it has something to do with it. 'Cause I feel like when you've heard, you know how I get my bag of interviews of people that talk to that man behind the screen. What's that guy's name? Vlad. And according to Gene Deal and whatnot, the way like when he played, because he was there when Biggie died.
Who?
Gene Deal. He was security. And when he talks about, and he's been, every interview he's ever had, regardless of whoever he's sitting down with, his account of how it happened play by play, it's like you can see that he's still seeing in his head. Happened the same, like it all happened the same way.
Forget that.
You can't forget it. So the way he says it is that he wasn't meant to go to the party that he went to, wherever. They told him not to, blah blah. He asked for more security. He actually said, I don't think it's a good idea for blah blah. And they were like, oh no, it's fine. Like, and then to see how it is that Diddy kind of was like, oh, I'm celebrating my friend, and just really came alive after his death and stuff like that. It's like, So, yeah, Diddy ain't beating those charges in the hypothetical alleged world. So there's that. Yeah, and then it also says on here, Sam Cooke. Who's Sam Cooke?
Isn't it I was born by the river?
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
It says the legendary soul singer was embroiled in disputes over his royalties and artistic control. He was tragically shot dead under controversial circumstances in 1964. But what is it about paying people their money back that's worth like taking their lives? You get what I mean? Because if you keep them alive, they can make more money for you, know? But then I guess if you kill them though, then yeah.
But at that time, if you keep them alive, I guess it's like not even defamation of character.
Is the camera off, Brent?
The camera's off, Brent. Oh, yeah.
Are you falling asleep, bro? Do you want us to speed this up?
Are we boring you?
No, he's tired.
No.
He had a task this morning.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, let's hurry up.
I don't know.
You're not going to sleep during the day anyway. You don't nap.
I am going to go sleep.
Are you? Okay, fair.
Yeah, he definitely is, boy.
Fair.
Sorry.
Fair. But yes, it's interesting though that that music stuff. Even Sinead O'Connor. So she, before her death in 2023, I thought she had cancer.
I didn't even realise that she passed away.
So maybe I made that up, my bad. But O'Connor spoke out about artists being more valuable dead than alive. Oh, criticizing labels for exploiting deceased artists' catalogs. That's horrible. And then of course we got the Nigerian artist Mohbad. You know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
And the Nigerian artist had publicly accused his label, Marlian Music, of withholding royalties and we saw videos. But anyway, we say alleged physical assault. He terminated his contract in 2022 and died under very unclear circumstances in 2023, of which his dad is still a mug. How can his dad say he doesn't understand why Mohbad left? So he had land, he bought land, right? He was going to build on. And he willed it, like it's in his son's name. Mm-hmm. Imagine this guy's father saying he doesn't understand why Mohbad will will his property to his son when he's got a father. What?
Wait.
Well, what did you will your son?
Because,
property is a sickness.
Unfortunately, sometimes, that's down to poverty,
That's what I'm saying. It's a sickness.
Yeah, the thing is, sometimes, you actually can't, not like you can't blame people, but like, they don't know anything else. They don't know any other way. Like, they generally don't see, like, the bigger picture or see bigger than anything that's, do you know what I mean?
Because it's like, they think short term. Because I remember, like, when he died, and people, like, the public, strangers who just listen to this guy's music made more noise than his father to get an autopsy and stuff. His father wanted to quickly bury him because he knew that he was going to benefit from his son dying, and he was quickly on like news outlets, quickly on Instagram Live saying, "Oh my gosh, I'm poor, I have nothing." He was wanted, like he was quickly, very very quickly playing the victim and whatnot. And he wanted his son buried quickly, like where there's still rumors that guy wasn't even dead when he got buried. It was a whole thing, man. It's just horrible to even think about. And like even like with his wife, they were married and whatever. But then people to today are still saying, "Oh, she needs to get a DNA test because that's not his son. That's not his son."
Okay.
And even the dad is saying stuff like that. It's mad. It's mad. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, R.I.P. to Angie Stone. Love and light to her family, and I pray they're actually able to sort out the royalty stuff because she said she wanted it for her children and her grandchildren. So I pray that they're able to sort that out and stuff. And it's so sad that she didn't get to enjoy the fruits of her labor while she was alive. But that's just horrible. But I don't think it's a conspiracy there. How many artists currently today? Because if it's that, if that's how it works, where people speak and they kill them, why is Kanye still here?
This is I don't know, but you know why though? Yeah, because I feel like with Kanye, if Kanye dies, no, but if Kanye dies, it's gonna be too bait, man. Like, do you not feel
so?
No, do you not feel like? Imagine we wake up here
and Kanye's dead.
It's like Kanye West has like. Do you know what I mean?
Can I be honest?
No, but
I think Jesus God had enough.
Nah, I'd feel like
said. You're done,
man.
No,
I don't think people would. Because of how much noise he made about the man.
They would, the men, everybody.
I think it would not
There would definitely be conspiracy.
Yeah, and no one would ever not stop talking about it. Like until the mystery is solved. Yeah. Like they can't kill Kanye's too. He's actually quite clever, you know.
There'll be so much conspiracy that I honestly believe that Northwest will grow up and carry on the investigation.
And still, I don't think it's something that would ever die. That I think it's just too. He's actually quite clever and smart, to be fair, because he's made so much noise that they can't even touch him. If you get what I mean. Not saying that they won't, but yeah.
I'm gonna ask.
And the good thing is, I think one thing I will say though that I do, what it does appear is that Kanye, being in the industry, he's never sold his soul. That's why he's able to.
You
speak.
think so? His soul is sold.
No, when I say sold his soul, I mean like you see how like Diddy's got bare dirty laundry, yeah, and has clearly been a puppet, right? And now it's just like okay, all of this is happening. I feel like because Kanye knows like what he's been on. And if anything, he's the kind of person that will expose himself before anybody else exposes him. It's like, there's no other way to really bring him down, if you get what I mean.
I get what you mean. I feel like
you can't control him, which is why he's able to say, like, no one's got a dirty secret on him that is gonna
I do think
change his career.
I agree with that actually.
So because I say solely, so I mean, in like
in terms of things that they can expose.
Yeah,
I agree with. I definitely think he's the devil's PA, but. In terms of that, because obviously people have the conspiracy with Diddy that the reason why Diddy's exposed is because the whole Ciroc thing, blah, 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 blah. But with Kanye, the way he speaks, surely they could have shut him down with like some pedophilia stuff or some...
That's exactly my point. That's why I'm like, good on you
for not doing
actually
those
being
things.
quite authentic and like, you know what I mean? I could be wrong. Because
we'll see when Bianca's book comes out.
Who?
Bianca, his wife. Because remember they're getting a divorce and whatnot.
Oh, were they divorcing?
I think they're not. I think it's just for publicity because a week after the Grammy stuff is when she was naked and whatnot, is when they're getting a divorce.
Oh, when her family spoke out and said, okay, like...
Yo, everybody, no. But, yeah, man. It's a shame. I did Google, do record labels, because I like how Google, when I Google anything, like AI answers... response first. I even have some queries in there about weaves and stuff and the answers first. I said, do record labels make more money from artists dead or alive? And it says, genuinely, record labels can potentially make more money from artists after they die because the deceased artist's music often sees a surge in sales due to a legacy effect, leading to increased album sales, reissues, and licensing opportunities, even though the artist's estate, not the label, directly receives the royalties. Okay. So I guess that, I don't know, man. It's sad all around. But R.I.P. to Angie Stone and love and light to her family. And also people that saw her just before she died. That's just very sad. It's sad to people that... What's that guy? What's his name again?
Costa.
But
they saw that in...
They saw that in real time.
Yeah, that's crazy. You don't forget. Yeah.
You can't forget stuff like that.
Those are things that don't leave you, man.
Like, you can't. That's horrible.
Being around... Death like that?
Yeah,
it's
not nice.
It's not a nice feeling at all.
But yeah, R.I.P. Angie Stone. a woman that will live on. I don't even know she sang. Actually, did I know that? I think I did actually. I just forgot that she sang the Girlfriend's theme.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. That was her voice. Big up her.
She sang, is it?
Yeah, that's her.
That is
Singing
lit.
it.
I love the...
Yeah, and apparently I think there's like a few other things that she's a legend. So when you find out, to actually come to find out
She's
that...
not living my life like it's golden, is it?
I don't think that is. I don't know.
Who sang that?
But
Because
when
that's at the end of every black movie. Boy.
Yeah, word. Actually, please find out. But when you come to find out that she could have retired 20 years, that she could have retired 20 years ago, and sis was still working to her dying day.
No,
That's evil. Who is it?
Jill
Scott, of course.
Yeah.
But I feel like Jill Scott, Angie Stone,
It's the sisters.
they're
Potato,
they're just
the
that
same
era.
genre,
Yeah, they're just sisters.
Yeah.
But big up Angie Stone. All right, let's get into our next headline, please, Brent. All right, trigger warning. Trigger warning on the next two headlines, please. The first is to do with pedophilia. So, trigger warning. TikTok is profiting from sexual live streams performed by teens as young as 15, the BBC has been told. We spoke to 3 women in Kenya who said they began this activity as teenagers. They told us they used TikTok to openly advertise and negotiate payment for more explicit content that would be sent via other messaging platforms. TikTok bans solicitation, but the company knows it takes place. Moderators told the BBC that TikTok bans solicitation, but the company knows it takes place. TikTok also takes a cut of about 70% from all live stream transactions we have previously found. 70%.
70%. So when you go live, this is
70%.
Yeah.
So AG going live all the time. They're taking 70%.
No, but that's a lot, you know.
That's mad.
Yeah.
Live streams from Kenya are popular on TikTok. Each night over the course of a week, we found up to a dozen in which women performers danced suggestively, watched by hundreds of people around the world. TikTok told the BBC it has zero tolerance for exploitation. Yeah, they charge people with 70%. This news comes at the same time The Guardian reveals that TikTok is to be investigated by the UK's data protection watchdog, which is looking into whether social media algorithms are serving up inappropriate or harmful content to children. Growing concerns over how social media platforms are using data generated by children's online activity have prompted the Information Commissioner's Office, ICO, to launch an investigation into the Chinese platform, along with the forum site Reddit and the image sharing site Imgur. You've heard of that? It will look at how TikTok uses the personal information of 13 to 17-year-olds to deliver content recommendations to them, and also examine Reddit and Imgur's use of age assurance measures, such as how they estimate or verify a child's age, which can then be used to tailor the experience on the platform. Our next headline, trigger warning again. On Friday, 54 workers were buried when an avalanche hit a construction camp near Mannar village, Uttarakhand in India. 8 people were killed and the other 46 were rescued in an operation that lasted almost 60 hours in sub-zero temperatures and concluded on Sunday. That's so sad. Dozens of construction workers have been pulled out alive from the metal containers they had been living in. They survived as the containers had enough oxygen to sustain them until rescuers could dig them out. Indian media reported, quoting officials. The newspaper reported that the force of the avalanche had hurled 8 metal containers and has shed down the mountain. Uttarakhand State Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami has thanked rescue teams for their efforts in challenging conditions. Members of the Indian Army, National and State Disaster Response Forces and local administration had worked to free the workers using helicopters and drones for the operation. Many of the rescued workers are receiving treatment at the hospitals in the state's Joshimath town and Rishikesh city.
Sorry, am I ignorant because I didn't realize that parts of India were cold? Because
you're definitely not. I did not know that.
Saying sub-zero temperatures, I'm like,
took me back and all.
Where?
Yeah, I didn't.
Wow,
I didn't think that. Last headline takes us to DR Congo. So despite growing international pressure, the Democratic Republic of Congo is standing firm on its decision not to have direct talks with the M23 rebel group that has made major advances in the east of the country in recent months. Last week, the UK government added to calls for the group to be part of an inclusive dialogue to help find a political solution to the conflict. But in an interview with the BBC, DR Congo's Prime Minister Judith Suminwa Tuluka said her government wants to negotiate with neighbouring Rwanda, which it accuses of backing the M23. At least 8,500 people have been killed since fighting escalated in January, according to the Congolese authorities. Rwandan President Paul Kagame did not deny the presence of his troops in DR Congo when asked about it. I don't know, he said in a CNN interview. That's so crazy. I don't know. The conflict across the border has seen his country, often viewed as a darling of the West, now lose favour fast across the board. Pressure is mounting on it to withdraw its forces from Congolese soil, but it has not yet effectively done so, Suminwa Tuluka said. And it's time to pay the bills. Let's get into Word on Road. Tired.
Sorry, man.
It's loud. Say it's loud.
Yeah. I was like, damn, Daniel.
The actress Paige Hurd, who plays, she's on Power. What's her? Tasha. Not Tasha, that's the mom.
Thingy's
girlfriend, the light skin one.
Tariq's. Lauren.
That's it.
I was about to say DMX's niece. Don't
yes,
ask me
but
why
DMX
he
is
went there, but
DMX's niece, and God, I'm really happy for her because she's had a tough. Like when he passed away, it really affected her. So I'm really pleased that she's got good news to celebrate. But basically, she and her lovely boyfriend, well now fiance, who plays for the Phoenix Suns, he's a basketball player. His name is Royce O'Neal. They are engaged. So congratulations to sis. They said. Yeah, they got engaged in very cute. They had like matching outfits on them. They're so cute together, just so adorable. Someone said they had a picture up where he was carrying her, and so it was like, someone's like, "Oh, look at me! I'm an NBA player, and I've got a really lovely fiance, and I'm rich, and da 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 da." Like, it was so funny. Anyway, I can't quote tweet, but it was funny.
They're just hating.
They're basically hating. They're like, "Oh, look at me! I'm just so cool." But yeah, so he says obviously about proposing that he was nervous because he didn't want to give off any kind of. He didn't want to give her any hints, basically, that he was going to propose and whatnot. But he's really excited. He was really excited because he knew that she wasn't expecting it. It was going to be a nice, huge, lovely, beautiful surprise. And they're both just very happy. She says that during the proposal, she was in such shock. And it took her a full minute to stand for her to basically get what's happening and whatever else. And they're over the moon, and she's so happy. And he says that after the proposal, I love when men are just so happy about the proposal because I don't believe that weddings and stuff are just for the women.
Yeah.
Like, I want my man to be involved. Like, be happy, damn.
You know, my friend got engaged, he's the guy, and do you know what he said to me? He said, I wish more men spoke about this to that man them because he was like, the feeling of proposing to his missus, he said it was so surreal. Like, if he knew, he would have not done this a long time ago, but he was more like, we don't speak about these things. Yeah. So it's very encouraging. Like, his experience was so encouraging. Yeah. He just wished someone who... Like more men talk about it, yeah, he was just like, more men should just talk about how beautiful it is to like actually get engaged.
It's exciting, man.
So yeah,
but because a lot of people, you people are mind people you don't like.
You don't like, innit? By force, by fire.
By fire, sister. So there's that. But he says that about the engagement, he said after the proposal, I was the happiest I have ever been in my life. Oh, how sweet. I was the happiest I've ever been in my life because she said yes. He says the proposal was a great surprise, and she was so shocked that it happened after the whole dinner, thinking it was just going to be another time. And yeah, man, it's so sweet. Intentional relationships. They met at the beginning of 2024.
Love that for them.
Love it. He says that. So she said that she said I had just this about the relationship, right, starting and stuff. She said I had just vowed to myself and my therapist that I was not dating for a while. I was fasting and on my walk with God, and boom, there's Royce. That's how Jesus does it. Nice as can be, but I just said we could be friends. After a while, he won me over, and we have been truly inseparable ever since. That's my best friend first. And then he says that he manifested he's always had a crush on her basically, and he grew up watching her on different TV. I think that's so cool, you know. Like when people marry people that like, it's like when Devon Franklin married Megan Good. I thought, oh my gosh, like this is like, she's just that girl. Do you get what I mean? I wish Kiki Palmer's man recognized that, little punk. But I just always think it's so cute, like how you watch someone on TV and stuff, and then you end up being the person that marries them. How cool is that? But he says that he's always had a crush on her. She was his lifelong crush. And he says, a couple of years ago, me and my friends were talking. I mentioned to them one day I will meet her, date her, and marry her. Of course, they thought I was joking, but I was serious. It was just the fact we had to meet each other in person. I love that kind of confidence. And yeah, man, they said after a few months, they just knew that this was it. And she says that she's beyond lucky and blessed. And he's the most thoughtful, down-to-earth gentleman she's ever known. And she couldn't be happier to spend the rest of her life with him. And she says, I believe deep down I knew for a while, but for sure in August of last year. How sweet. So congratulations to them. I love when young people are just, you know, in love, loving all over the place. Mm-hmm. It's great. Big up Black China as well. As we know, Black China has like totally transformed. She's baptized. She's a woman of God. She's very, very positive, doing positive things all the time. She now even goes by Angela White. I've never written Angela White. But basically, she celebrated 900 days of being sober.
Sounds like 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh, well done to her.
I know, big well done. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to share that just for anyone else who's out there who is on that journey of sobriety. And I hope that encourages you. Listen to this, yeah. So basically...
Girl, what do you mean, listen to this? I was fully...
Oh, wait, which one?
Oh, the next one.
Courtney's one.
Oh, no, shame.
The last one. Okay, yeah, that one we'll talk about. Did you listen to the voice note of that one?
Yeah, but it was so... Why was it so long? I couldn't...
It was a podcast. No, you basically...
I couldn't be able to go through... I knew that you were going to do the Lord's work. Because I watched the first bit, and then I was just like, yeah, I can't do all the others.
It was a lot.
A genuine idea
of the tea.
But I know that
I'm going to give you a breakdown, girl. I'm going to give you a breakdown.
Give me a breakdown.
But before that, yeah. So basically, TikTok, yeah. This is what I say about conspiracies. I don't know about it. So as we know, Kourtney Kardashian, she's got kids with Scott Disick, right? Mm-hmm. One of the kids is Mason. He's the firstborn. Mason is 15 years old. Yeah. There's been a TikTok conspiracy that this boy is a father at the age of 15.
No, is it?
He's not. Kourtney's had to come up. But I hate that we're in a place in society where I can't believe things people say. Yeah. But Kourtney basically came out and she says, I rarely address rumors or conspiracies regarding myself or my family, but this is about my child, and it feels wrong to let anyone think for a second that these lies are remotely true. Mm-hmm. They are not. Mason does not have a child. These accounts that pretend to be him are definitely not. They are fake. My son really values his privacy, and I'm asking all media to please be respectful. He's a kid with feelings and a beautiful life ahead of him. Please stop spreading false narratives and spinning lies. And to all the other people making videos about my kids, who, by the way, are minors, please stop and leave them alone. She's always been the private one, anyway, to be fair, in the family about her life and stuff like that. But yeah, then there's like rumors that he's got a kid and he's a father at 15, and they're hiding the baby. And they're hiding the baby and they're doing this and that no one cares. Anyway, Burna Boy. So last week, yeah, there's a girl. Her name is Sophia Eguebe or something like that. She's Nigerian. She's like a Nigerian she's like a Nigerian influencer or whatever. So she, you know, people say, oh, this information's been leaked. Personally, I feel like people leak things and then say it's been leaked.
But the fact that the conversation was even recorded is like...
red flag one.
If that's your friend, yeah, she did you dirty, boy.
That's her cousin she was talking to, Gina.
Oh, is it?
Yes. So because she gave to my sister, so it's like my cousin's your sister.
Who's Amma?
Oh, no, that's another person.
Okay, so that's the one I saw.
No.
Or the conversation between her. I think it was the...
the conversation that I saw, the 40-minute long one, is that what you're talking about?
There was several, so basically...
Yeah, so the 40-minute long conversation, the one that leaked, right? The first one that leaked, I guess, was between her and her cousin on the phone. And her cousin was the one who was telling her that I told you Amma was not a good friend. But Amma's so she's Igbo. I can't remember what her full name is.
Don't know why, because obviously when I heard Amma, I was like, oh, that's
yeah, you assume yeah, she's Igbo. So it's short for a fuller name. I can't remember what the name was. But yeah, basically, so this her name is Sophia. I guess she's like an influencer. Yeah. She's an influencer, basically. Very pretty girl. Very lovely girl. I didn't know she was 28. I was shocked when I found she was 28. But anyway. So basically, there was a voice note, there was a phone call of where she was on the phone to her cousin, I believe. and they were talking about different things. So the biggest thing, obviously, was her talking about Burna Boy. So she said that, so her friend at the time, a girl by the name of Amma, is dating Burna Boy's friend. Yeah, Burna Boy's best friend, right? And apparently Burna Boy has really allegedly really wanted to get to know Sophia, wanted to spend time, basically wanted to move to her, whatever. But Sophia was she wasn't really on it. And like, she just would get hounded all the time. Like, Amma would be like, oh, do you know he wants to talk to you? He wants to do this. And she's just like, I'm not involved. I don't care, blah, 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 blah. I can't remember how it was that she said they finally spoke. I think she went to an event one time or whatever. He was there. Her friend invited her out, whatever. Anyway, she thought, I'll just talk to him and I'll give him a chance. Maybe he can be one of my guys. Wanting to make Burna Boy one of your side pieces is hilarious. She's like, okay, whatever. Like, maybe he can be one of my guys.
The Burna Boy, one of your guys.
We'll see what happens. Cool. So then that happened, but then she's like, he was making all sorts of promises to her. She's talking about how she wants to buy a Lambo, and he was like, oh, like it's fine. Like, he will give her money. I don't know whether it's towards it, or like give her money towards it, whatever, to find her. But she said he was making all the promises or whatever, and blah blah blah. But then she said how so before they got to the promises part, the first time they went out together, or she went out and he was there, they were talking and whatever, and then there was an after party, and she's like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Like, he was like, oh, make sure you come. She's like, okay, yeah, sure. But she went to her house. She said she sounded like a girl like me. She went home, and then she said he was calling her. She's like, oh yeah, I'm coming, blah blah. But she just didn't. She went to bed. Said she woke up the next day, he had blocked her because he was obviously in his feelings about it, allegedly in his feelings about it. And then he told Amma, and then Amma messaged her, was like, oh, like, why'd you do that? It's so rude, blah, 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 blah. So she said they never spoke after that. Then they ran him up another time. And then now they're talking or whatever. He's trying to see her more. She's not really interested. Da, 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 da. He promises to buy her this, that, and the other, making all these promises, blah, 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 whatever. Cut long story short, anyway. He didn't buy. I think they just stopped talking. Yeah, so basically, he said he kept postponing, saying, "Oh yeah, the car will come. Like the car's. I think it's something like the car's ordered, or he's gonna get the car this here. I'm out of the country when I come back." Blah, blah. So he just kept failing on the promises. So she just blocked him because she was like, "Do you know what? You blocked him." And I like it because I always say that women have to have vex money. You know what vex money is? Vex money is if, for example, you go on a date and the guy's trying to act like if he doesn't feed you, you won't eat. It's like, I'll buy my own food kind of thing. Just having money to stand on your own in case a guy wants to stand on you kind of thing. You should have that in marriages, by the way. That's PS. But anyway, she basically blocked him because he didn't come through on the promises he made. And guess what she did?
She went and bought her own.
She ordered her own car. I believe she ordered it back in like November or something like that. Ordered her own car, whatever. So then, but she was like how all of a sudden now her friend, who's meant to be like her best friend or whatever, is still hanging out. Yeah, Amma, who's still hanging out with Burna, whatever. That's when the whole Chloe thing happened in December. So then,
okay,
yeah,
I think I heard something.
Yeah, because she's like, she like, the way I love the way Lagos girls talk. It's like, yeah, then he was just running around with this Chloe girl.
Yeah,
this Chloe girl.
This Chloe girl, you know, a whole artist.
Just some Chloe girl, some girl called Chloe. I said, oh, anyway. So basically, he started hanging out with Chloe, but she was just like, if you're my friend, why on earth are you in a place where you're basically chilling with like
Burna
an
and
ex's? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then she was like, oh, she's also telling me. So she said she wanted to buy herself like an AP or something, as in Sophia girl. And then Emma's like, she thinks that's possibly why Burna bought Chloe a watch, because she just told Emma that, oh, I'm gonna buy a watch, blah, blah, blah. But she's like, all of a sudden now, Burna's buying Chloe a watch, but where with that? So she thinks that Emma's been talking
her business
and whatever to Burna. She also believes that that's why Burna didn't come through on the Lambo, because Emma's basically been talking about her a certain way. But she said the reason why she feels betrayed by Emma is because Emma had an ex, right? And she was cool with, I think, the ex's new girl or whatever. And she wanted to go to the party or whatever, but then Emma was like moving like, oh, why would you do that? Like, that's my ex, why would you do that? So she's like, it's just funny how now you're in a place where you're now with a guy that I used to deal with, who you knew as well hurt my friend, kind of thing. But that whole stuff. And then she was kind of in her face, rubbing the whole Chloe thing in her face, saying like, oh, he's trying to throw a party and this and the other. And then she's trying to act like she wants permission, like trying to be like, oh, is it okay if I go? Is it okay if I go? Whole time, her sister was catering the party anyway. So she was always going to go. So she just said basically just talking about all that stuff. And then she was just like, it was just crazy because Burna was out here chasing her up and down the streets and whatnot. And she also talked about how she dated Runtown. I said, wow, I didn't know that. But then she also talks about how Amma used to be friends with like Hilda. So Hilda Bassi, the one who did the cookathon. Yeah, the chef. But then Hilda cut her off like a bad habit. Like, just cut her off, blocked her and everything. And then her cousin who was on the phone to her was like, this is why I told you that you shouldn't be friends with that girl. Her cousin was on the phone more like, I was telling you, I was warning you about this girl. She basically just wanted to just kind of get clout off you, like be seen with you and all that kind of stuff. It was just those kind of conversations, empty conversations. What else was there in the thing? So anyway, cut long story short, Bernard then has done a freestyle online.
Do you know why I love him, yeah? And why he's such a good artist, but why he's always going to be Bernard's a city boy.
He really
is a city boy to a T. Like,
he really is.
So everything you do, yeah, just know I don't think he's ever gonna get like, not get backlash, but he represents a lot of guys.
Yeah.
And that's who they are.
Do you know what is about all of that stuff as well? Like, so I can't, and this is why I say, and I know that, don't fight me because I know you're allowed to tussle, but this is why I say that I feel like the sexual liberation movement for the most part is a scam. Especially for women.
It's always been a scam, I'm sorry.
Especially because this is why I said, remember when I said she's 28 and I was shocked by that? Respectfully, you're a prostitute.
She looks older though.
Yeah, she does. But my thing is like, I don't know how we're in a place in society where prostitution is so glorified. And I'm not saying prostitutes are not human beings. I'm not saying that, they should be abused, anything. Absolutely not. I'm not saying prostitution should give you consent. Like, I'm not saying any of that stuff. But I just don't understand how it's become a lifestyle to be so flashy online. And the way you're getting these things is it's like trading sex for material things.
It's transactional.
It's transactional. And I think for me though, I think everybody involved in these transactions are stupid. So Burna Boy obviously had a freestyle. He basically said in a nutshell, he said, because I didn't buy you the Lambo, that way you're shouting. Cut long story short. But for me, I feel like this is embarrassing for all parties. It's embarrassing for her, for you to have been curving a guy because you weren't interested in him. Obviously, you weren't attracted to him. Because she doesn't like messing with artists or whatever. He had nothing. You didn't think he had anything to offer you. You didn't care for the guy as a person, right? But then when you found out that, because she said Amma was like, oh, he can get you things, blah, blah, blah. When you found out he could possibly get you material things, is when you decided to then give him the attention. He hasn't given it to you. I can't lie to you. I rate the fact that you are able to get your own stuff. And you did. Do you get what I mean? So fair enough. Well done to you, right? However means that came about, fair enough. But it's like, you only wanted to talk to him then because he could get you these things. And then also on his part then, he's then used his money to entice you because all he wanted was a crumb of pussy. Everybody's embarrassing.
This crumb of
Everybody's embarrassing. All parties are embarrassing. And I just can't believe like how normalized these things are. Like or how normalized people are trying to make it. It can't be normal in my world. It's impossible for it to be normal. It's sick. Anyway, so he released a freestyle talking about, oh, is it because I didn't buy your Lambo? Yeah, that's why you're shouting.
Yeah.
And then apparently he performed it at an event in Kenya or something like that. Yesterday or 2 days ago, whatever the case was.
It as a track and
money
from it.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth.
But this is what I always say as well. In this life, have contentment. like, you know what? The ability to... I was talking about this yesterday and I was saying how, like, wanting something, yeah, and saying to yourself, do you know what? I can't afford that right now. Or, yeah, I can't afford that right now. Or, I can't afford that right now. I can't comfortably afford that right now. And I'm not even willing to do whatever I have to do to get that. It's such a blessing. Because I think the scariest people in the world are people that... And I can't be around people like this because they will sell you in a second, in a heartbeat. But people that would do anything to get money, people that would do anything to appease the lust of their flesh, I find people like that very, very scary. Do you get what I mean? And the way I see these trading relationships or encounters, that's how I see it. Because what do you mean you're only entertaining a guy because... Like, what do you mean you're going to have full-on sex with a guy because they had sex? In exchange for a Lambo?
Yeah, but Esther, people do things for worse though.
For less, yes, but then everyone is... whether you're doing it for a Ferrari, a Lambo, whatever, or you're doing it for
people do it for
a bicycle...
Like,
I think free... Actually, do you know
what?
People
do it for free meals. Like,
because I was about to say that I feel like it's all the same. But no. I think doing it for a free meal is the worst.
Esther.
I think doing it for a free meal.
You know
I think doing it for like... And when I say free meal, I don't mean someone that's like really, really poor and not all like. I mean like you're going on a date
Like
with a guy
Hassan or like a nice restaurant.
and you want him to, because you want him to pay. You're gonna sleep with him. I think that's the worst. I think that's the lowest of lows.
It's funny.
Because that meal will even come and then the chef is having a bad day, so the meal don't even slap like that.
Yeah, it's hilarious. But it's you know what? It's
Pathetic.
Unfortunately it's where we are. I feel like it's
crazy.
definitely more American culture. And
You think, but I feel like you say it's more American culture.
yeah, I feel like
have you met Nigerian girls?
No, but I'm saying like I feel like
Love to Nigerian babes.
Americans like that whole city girl
Yeah, I feel like they glamorized
movement.
it.
Yeah, and that's kind of like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like Americans glamorized it because that whole baby mom thing and like wanted to dress like Jada Wade or like wanted to have those things that these girls get from their rapper boyfriends or rapper links or whatever has sipped into other parts of the world. But the thing is, other parts of the world don't have the male American rappers who spend money the way they do. Do you get me? Like, I hate, to be honest with you, I hate, one of the things I hate is I hate that Nigerian men are known for just spending money. Like, I feel like I want my brothers to have more self-respect. I want you guys to hold yourself in higher degrees, but then I can't help you because you use to advertise your money as what will get the girls.
That, yeah.
Do you get what you lead with? And I just think it's just pathetic on all counts. So anyway, very, very crazy story. Listen to the voices. I listened to it while I was taking my hair out. So it was good. But it's just silly on all parts. And I think one thing as well that was irritating me was like, I don't think Burna Boy is cool because he's now sitting there saying, oh, it's because I didn't buy a Lambo, blah, 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 blah. Like, you're moving like that. Like, for me, I don't think any party is cool. I don't think her saying that he was chasing her all this time. And that's a lesson to women. Stop giving men you don't like, in the first instance, chances. You will chop breakfast. But I don't think it's cool that she gave Fanny, that she can brag about him chasing her. And I don't think it's cool for him to be like, oh yeah, I didn't buy a Lambo, and then what? Yeah, I slept with you, and then... Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's pathetic.
There's bigger fish to fry, but here we are, isn't it? The community, guys. You know, black people.
Love and light. Love, you know.
Yeah, so.
Love and light to all parties involved anyway. But yeah, that's it for me. Oh, that
all
drained
right,
me.
let's go into asking for a friend.
Please.
Okay. So this is from a 20-year-old listener. It says, I don't know how to break the news to my girlfriend that I know she's been chatting bad about me behind my back. To keep this story short, my female cousin, who is the same age as me, introduced me to my girl just over 2 years ago as they were friends. This was around January 2023 times. Fast forward to now, my cousin and my girl aren't friends because of something. I don't know, something I don't know about, but my cousin felt the need last week to tell me something about my girl that she's been hiding for such a long time. My girl has been shading me for a long time. Apparently, I was a dare. At first, I was generally feeling her, and it was kind of obvious that I had a crush on her, and people knew. One girl, let's call her girl A, told me to ask her out on a date, as she had told me that she had a crush back on me. Back when really and truly, girl A dared for her to say yes to me. Supposedly, she grew to like me and caught feelings, but would constantly shade me behind my back, talk ish about my looks in circle tweets, and in her group chats. My cousin had screenshots of all things she told her friends about me, and it's straight up horrible. She and her friends have spoken, laughed, and made jokes about my hairline, my height, my weight, my teeth, all the above. Oh. My cousin had a big argument about why she didn't tell me about this earlier, but we sorted it out recently. All in all, I don't know how to feel. I want to be a man about this situation and move on and pretend like it doesn't hurt me, but it really does. It's so embarrassing to know that, number one, I was a dare for my girlfriend. Number two, she doesn't think I'm good looking. And number three, she laughs about my looks to her girls in the group chat. It's so embarrassing, and I'm battling whether to bring it up to her and tell her I know. I feel like she'd call me sassy and try to minimize it because I know what she's like. This is my first relationship, and I don't know how to navigate all things moving forward because this news has shattered me, and I feel like I've been abused or a victim. What do I do, and do you have any suggestions or possible ways I can stop people chatting ish about me? Well, young man, I would say I'd tell you to leave her, to be honest, because clearly she's only there because she's not there because she wants to be there, if you get what I mean. Yeah. So while she can confront her, I don't even think it's worth confronting her because she's probably going to have an excuse or a reason as to why whatever it is, or even lie or deny it. But you have the evidence and the proof, and I think it's quite telling what she thinks about you.
Yep.
So do yourself a favor and remove yourself from the situation and go and be with someone who genuinely wants to be with you.
Again, I want better for my brothers, right? I want better for men all over the world. There's nothing wrong. You're not less of a man because you're hurt that your girlfriend betrayed you and your girlfriend is being horrible about you and saying horrible things about you. Like, that doesn't make you less of a man because you feel that. That's human. Like, it's human that you feel that. So just the language I picked up on, you're not less of a man because you feel that, because you feel annoyed about it. I actually want him to confront her about it. I want him to leave her for sure. Mm-hmm. And I want him to confront her about it. Because basically the foundation of a relationship is scarred and is dead, and it's not great. It's not a good foundation. Even if she's got feelings for you now, and obviously you got feelings for her. Personally, if that was me, my feelings would defo be altered knowing what I know now, that you've been cussing me and whatever. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to confront her just so she's aware that he knows what she did to him. And also in that confrontation where you let her know you can't be with her anymore, low key, I want her to feel the disappointment and the betrayal that you did. And the only way she will feel that and understand that actions have consequences is by him confronting and letting her know that I know all the things you said about me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not even letting you know for you to then come up with excuses as to why you're sorry or as to why you like me now, or whatever the case is, or it was childish or whatever. How old are they?
20.
And they've been together 3 years.
No, they met in 2023. Yeah. So they met around January 2023. So
they're 17.
2 years. Because we're 2025.
So that's 16, 17 at the time.
18.
I'm trying to see if there's room for childishness.
Yeah. 18.
Do you know? Okay, leave her if you want to leave
you're childish.
You are.
100%.
That's my thing. So I'm like, okay, at this point, yeah, leave her if you want. If you want to leave, I'll leave that to you, right? But I think that you should confront her, and I think you should let her know. And I think, to be honest, for your confidence, I do want you to leave her. 'Cause I'm just like, you can't. People need to learn. No matter what age you are, yeah, you need to learn that there's consequences for your action. And I think even if she really, really likes you, she will learn that when you like some, like, you can't treat people like that. You can't treat people like. I have a thing about people treating you however they want to and just expecting you to just stay there and just forgive them and just carry on the relationship or friendship with them. So I say you confront her, let her know what it was she did. And yeah, I don't see what a relationship looks like moving forward though.
I'm not gonna lie, I think your cousin is so weird though.
Your cousin's very weird. Your cousin should have told you.
No way.
I know
all this information about my cousin, and I'm only gonna tell him when me and the girl fall out.
That means that when they were cool together, your cousin was kikiing as well. Then
literally kikiing.
I hope it's like a daddy side.
Yeah. Because I'm not gonna lie, me and my cousin's relationship is not gonna be the same.
There's no way,
because you don't have my back. You generally don't, and you're only telling me now because you're falling out. So
because you want to bitch about her now,
yeah, and you lot were still friends.
Misery loves company. I think you cut the cousin off. No, cut everybody off.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you're weird for feeling the way you're feeling, and I think also your question about how do you get people to stop trying shit, but you can't. Like, you can't.
The thing is, people are going to talk about you whether you do good or bad. Whether you're good looking, whether you're not, whether you're succeeding, whether you're not. Like, everyone's going to always have something to say. Look at us talking earlier. Saying that Lizzie was getting hate because she lost weight.
That'll do it.
So, it should tell you that people are mad and people are unhinged and have nothing better things. They don't have anything else better to do. So, you just have to not worry about things that are not within your control, especially, which mainly is the opinions of, like, other people that you don't care about. Mm-hmm. Just, it's not going to pay your bills. It's not going to benefit your life in any way, shape or form. So just block out the noise and keep moving.
Yeah. All the best, babes. Wishing you luck.
All right. Next dilemma. I want to tell my mum that I don't like her new relationship. My mum, who is 55, has a boyfriend who is 25. The age gap creeps me out so much, and the guy constantly talks to me about how great my mum is in bed. I don't want my future stepdad to be younger than me, and he's a straight weirdo. I even have my suspicions he might be cheating on her, but I want to mind my business and not get too nosy. Am I just bugging? Is this a phase of life that women go through where they want younger men for a certain reason? If you were me, what would you do? Take care and wish you the best. And this is from a 32-year-old listener.
Some of your mamas be wilding, respectfully. This is not the first type of dilemma we've had with this.
Yeah, that's why sometimes I don't think these things are real. I'm like, is this what's really going
But
on?
they are,
with
you know,
lot's-
there's a lot of crazy things
you
happening
lot's
in this world.
houses?
In words and terms, crazy things are happening.
Like how? Like
I think.
definitely tell your mum though, because that is
Yeah,
weird.
you need to have, but I think let your mum know that you find the age gap weird. Like, just find out why is that she likes him and blah 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 blah.
But
Because he
can I
might
be
be a sugar
honest?
baby.
Ain't no way you are calling him stepdad.
There's no
He
way.
didn't raise you. He is not your daddy. He's not raised. You are
He's
even
not even
older
a-
than him.
He's not even a bro. And also tell that man to stop telling you what he's doing to your mum in bed. That's so
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
And yeah. I think yeah. It doesn't sound like you live with them anyway. I think ask your mum. Just ask your mum. Just tell your mum you find the age gap very interesting. And how do they get together? How do they meet? What do they talk about? The 30-year age gap. Sorry, that's weird as heck. And then tell her as well that her man keeps talking to you about what he's doing to you, what he's doing to her in bed. And you don't want to hear any of it anymore. And so can she figure that out? And then just set boundaries. So don't go out with them or don't meet up with them or meet up with her outside of them. But I guess it's tricky when your mum's happy, but I'll be honest with you, if that was my mum, I'm definitely having a conversation with her. I'm wanting to understand what the thought process is here. What the hell are we doing? Younger than me.
I'll be like, you're going through a midlife crisis. Get it together.
I'm booking her therapy sessions.
Yeah, because what is happening
This is
right
silly.
now is crazy.
Yeah. Oh,
But yeah, that's it from me.
that's it from us.
Let's
to
get
be
on
honest.
to our last set of headlines.
Please. Type. I had my hair up in a swoop before in so long. Anyway, last set of headlines. Parents and teachers have voiced alarm about the treatment of children at 3 Essex schools after they were taken over by a high-profile academy trust which is under investigation. The Mustbourne Federation, known for strict discipline and high grades, runs 4 schools and a 6th form in Hackney and began a takeover of 2 failing secondary schools and 1 primary in Essex late last year. Before the takeover, in December, Hackney Council had announced it had launched an independent child safeguarding practice review into Mustbourne Victoria Park Academy in Hackney after an observer investigation exposed allegations of emotional abuse of children. Parents with children at 3 Essex schools have now expressed concerns about the way the Federation is running them. Last month, around 130 parents of children at the schools attended an emergency meeting to put their concerns to counsellors, including allegations that children were suffering anxiety due to the tough discipline and shouting from teachers, that a child in the secondary school was left all day in wet clothes, after being refused permission to go to the toilet, and that the schools were failing to make reasonable adjustments for children with special educational needs. After some parents came forward last year with complaints about the Victoria Park Academy, Hackney Council recently confirmed that it has now received more than 300 separate accounts of alleged emotional harm at Mustbourne schools from parents, former students, teachers, local GPs and child psychologists. Mustbourne did not respond to a request for comment. Oh, and our last headline for today. One sec, y'all. I deleted the document. US President Donald Trump has revealed the names of 5 cryptocurrencies that he says he'd like to be included in a new strategy reserve to make the US the crypto capital of the world. The market prices of the 5 coins he named, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and Cardano. Sorry, same word I'm trying to pronounce. All swiftly jumped after the announcement. During Trump's presidential campaign, he aggressively courted the crypto community. The previous US President Joe Biden had overseen a crackdown on crypto due to concerns about fraud and money laundering. It is unclear how the new stockpile will work. More information is expected on Friday when Trump plans to host the first crypto summit at the White House. In a social media post on Sunday, Trump said he had signed an order which directed the presidential working group to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve that includes XRP, SOL, and ADA. About an hour later, he added in another post, and obviously BTC and ETH as other valuable cryptocurrencies will be at the heart of the reserve. The first 3 coins he named jumped by up to 62% on Sunday. Bitcoin and Ethereum also jumped by more than 10% each. The posts marked a new upward turn for crypto prices, which had dropped sharply since spiking after his election. I can't believe this guy is real. I can't believe he's a real president. How are you tweeting things you plan to do? Rather than, anyway, Trump. Time to pay some more bills. Let's get into the headline. No, the sports reaction, sorry. Brent.
Everything in reaction.
Is it a reaction? Fulham?
Yeah.
Are you just saying that?
He's just saying it.
The reaction will be done at a later date.
Because we don't know if this is accurate or not.
We don't.
Although we would
I'm
love
pretty sure
to,
Man United
we would love to give you women in sports.
We would have loved to, but unfortunately the opportunity does
Gagging
not.
for it.
Dying for it. But the opportunity did not present itself for us. So that's a shame. Wrap up, please. All right, wrapping up today's show, Monday the 3rd of March. We, of course, congratulate our lovely babe, Gina, on an amazing milestone. Love to see it. And then, to the world, we talked about Keir Starmer and his coalition of the willing, which he's pledged 1.2 billion. I thought it was million, it's billion. 1.2 billion pounds to Ukraine. After the 2.2 he previously gave. And then he also dismissed SNP's call to basically cancel Trump's visits to the UK following the comments he made to Zelensky and the back and forth they had. Also, Hamas rejected the Israeli request to extend the first phase of the Gaza ceasefire deal. And then in our topic of the day, we talked about the music industry conspiracy and why artists battling labels end up dead. Is that a coincidence? Is it just unfortunate? Is it a real thing? Is there things at play? Let us know in the comments, actually. Drop it on Spotify, on YouTube. Let us know your thoughts on all that stuff. And of course, we paid tribute to the lovely legend who was Angie Stone, who unfortunately passed away. And that's how this conversation started, because she recently called our label. Trigger warning on these ones as well. We talked about TikTok and how they're basically profiting from sexual live streams from children, basically, and how there's safeguarding rules for that. And also how, sadly, there were dozens found. There's 54 people who were stuck in a container in India, and unfortunately 8 of them were killed and 46 of them were rescued and are being looked after. We also talked about the DR Congo, who has defied pressure over talks with the rebel M23. They have no desire to sit down and talk to them. Basically, they want to talk to Rwanda. Word on Road, we covered Paige Heard's engagement to her basketball player fiance, Royce O'Neal, and we talked about Angela White, aka formerly known as Black China, celebrating 900 days of sobriety. And Kourtney Kardashian has told you that her 15-year-old son does not have a child. And we also talked about Burna Boy allegedly not coming through on his Lamborghini promise. Asking for a friend. We obviously gave some advice. If you've got some advice, please drop that in the comments for the lovely people to read and hopefully take on if they like it. And our last headlines, we covered how parents and teachers have voiced concerns over the treatment of children in the Mustborn Federation Academy, some of the Mustborn Federation Academies, and how the council is looking into that. And also Trump has posted on social media that he would like to back 5 coins for the crypto reserve from 5 big companies. And of course, due to him saying that, their stocks went up. That's what we covered in today's show. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel. We are on the road. Brent is too tired to sing on the road for you, but I'll do it on the road. So please follow and subscribe. Follow us on social media the day after TNB on all your social platforms. We've got some announcements coming soon.
Very soon.
Juicy things you want to know. Okay? But follow us on our socials, subscribe to our channel, like the video, share it, put in your group chats, do all that great stuff. And that's it for housekeeping wise. And we'll see you guys here by the grace of God tomorrow. See ya.
Sayonara.
Bye.
Bye.
Au revoir.